Hi guys, and thank you for tuning in with me, your girl Zesty and the Zesty Pooh crew. So today I'm making my version of Hawaiian macaroni salad. And what I'm doing is I'm starting off with a pot of boiling water. And I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of salt to the water. And we're almost at a boil. So I'm going to use about 2 cups of pasta. This is not a very big batch. So I'm just going to, like I said, just use 2 cups of pasta, and I'm gonna let this cook. And make sure you pay attention to your pasta and stir it as it goes until you get it to the consistency that you like. I usually try to get my pasta a little bit past al dente because what happens is it still is cooking whenever you take it out. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to probably grate 1 carrot, I'm thinking. And I'm just gonna grate it. I probably will end up grating a carrot and a half because I like a good bit of carrots in mine. And whenever I go to my Hawaiian spot, the carrots are visible. Now what I'm gonna do, and I think I'm just gonna stick with 1 carrot because I think that was more than enough. For the amount of pasta that we have. So what I'm doing now is I'm grating a piece of an onion, and I'm going to do it the same exact way as I did with the carrot. And if you don't like onion, feel free to just omit this part altogether. I like onion in mine because that's how our locals do it. So I'm going to grate about 2 tablespoons, maybe 2 teaspoons. I keep forgetting I'm not making a large batch. I'm so used to making a large batch that I minimized it this year. And the onion is going to be a little watery. It's okay. So now the macaroni is done. And while it's still hot, for one, make sure you drain it all the way. I'm going to plop my carrots, my onions right in the mix. And then I'm going to let it cool for about 15 minutes. So you also want to add about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Do that. Then you want to mix it up really good. Get it in there. And then you're just going to let it cool. It smells delicious already. Yeah, baby. I honestly don't know what this does to the macaroni to put the vinegar and the onion in it while it's warm, but it makes a difference if you don't put it in there versus if you put it in there cold. I don't know what it does. I don't know, but this is the way to go. This is the original version of the Hawaiian. This is how they do it. Okay, so now while this is cooling, let's get ready to make our mayonnaise mixture. So I'm going to start out with about a cup, 1 1/4 cup of Mayos. And most people say you should use Dukes. I mean, you should use Hellmann's. I'm sorry. Most people say you should use Hellmann's, but I use Dukes. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, got milk everywhere. Don't be like me. I'm making a mess over here. So it's also going to be 2 tablespoons of milk. Oh, Lord. I'm all over the place, y'all. And I make sure I measure out the milk to be accurate. And I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I'm going to mix this up real good. And as it sets, you'll probably need to add more mayonnaise after it has cooled. Now I am going to add tuna fish in mine. I like tuna fish in mine because that's how our lady in our local area does it. I'm also going to add some salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Just a tad bit. If I can get this pepper open. So this is the pepper. And I'm probably just going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon. Put a little salt. Not a really salty dish. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder. Just a tad bit. I'm going to whisk this all together. So this is going to be our mixture. After it's cool, give it some time to cool because you don't want to cook the eggs in the mayonnaise. And then the accuracy won't really be there because the mayonnaise will do this weird thing that it does when it gets hot. So just let your macaroni hang out for a little bit. All right, so now it's been cooling for probably about 15 minutes. And this is where I'm going to add a pack of tuna. This is a small pack. And I chose to use a pack. If you have a can, just make sure you drain it out really good. This is just a pack of 2.6 ounce. And what I do is I like to just pretty much take the chunks of tuna and just kind of mince them up with my fingers. So now I'm going to add in that mixture that we made with the mayonnaise and milk and sugar. And we're just going to mix it up real good. Now this is best after probably about like 12 hours. But I like to let mine set. You can let it set overnight. So like if you're making it for a party or whatever you're making it for, preferably I would say let it sit overnight. So that way it'll be better. So what you're going to do is you're just going to mix everything up. Get it real nice and goopy. And if it's too dry and you don't really like mayonnaise, you can always add a little bit more milk to loosen it up once it's set. But don't add any like salt or anything. Wait for it to set before you add it, because what'll happen is sometimes when you do that, it'll be overly salty. So you want to let this set real good. So I'm just going to cover this up, put it in the fridge, and I'm going to show y'all what it look like whenever I come back. Alright guys, here's the pasta salad. It's been sitting for about 7 hours. I couldn't wait. So I'm going to take the plastic off. And it looks a bit to be a little dry. And I think it's because of the tuna fish. Sometimes the tuna can give it that texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more mayonnaise. Not too much, but I'm going to add a little bit. Because as it gets cold, this is how it's going to look. I'm going to add a little bit more mayonnaise. Let me taste it and see where we're at. This is real good. Oh, yeah. So I added probably about 2 tablespoons. Let's see if that does the trick. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I think that's it right there. Yep. And remember, if you don't put tuna, you're going to have a different consistency. The tuna kind of makes it gappy. Like those little lines you see between the pasta. That's the tuna fish that make it look like that. And the more tuna fish you add, the more gappy it's going to be. That's why I only added 1 pack. But it's good. It tastes really, really flavorful. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you give it a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out. With that being said, I want to leave you guys with something to grow on. I always like to leave my Zesty Pooh crew with a little positivity. And it says, even now, as broken as you may feel, you are still so strong. There's something to be said for how you hold yourself together and keep moving even though you feel like shattering. Don't stop. This is your healing. It doesn't have to be pretty or graceful. You just have to keep going. So remember that in everything you guys do. I love you guys. Take care. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, enjoy your day.